Hello everybody and welcome back to Rebellious Menstruation and the review of Heava's Loop Cup. This is made from natural tree rubber and comes in 3 different sizes, 1, 2 and 3, and I'll link the unboxing up on screen if you would like to check it out. That contains much more information about the company, the foundation, and what type of cups there are. So outside of that, I wore this on day 1 of June's period, and which was obviously a bit dangerous because it was a work day, and you know, using a new cup on a day that you can't, you know, necessarily access all the things that you normally can. I do take a prep pack with me. I have a prep pack in my bag, and I have the Hello cup, I think, generally in my prep pack at the moment. So if I needed to, I could have changed to a different prep pack, but of course we don't have any stalls with sinks in them where I'm currently working, so it could have been a bit interesting. The last place I worked, well, 3 workplaces ago, I did have work in an office that had a other abled bathroom, and that one had a sink in it as well, and we had no one on staff that utilized that other abled bathroom. We had 2 other abled bathrooms, one on the ground floor, one on the top floor, and the top floor was used by the other abled staff member that worked on that level, but the one on our level wasn't utilized. So this, you know, but again, wore it on the first time at work. It is exceptionally soft and squishy. That made it like it's very soft and squishy, which made it kind of a little bit frustrating to put in, as if you've watched me long enough, you know that I use the punch down method. I use, like, because it's essentially, I like this, it generally pops out quite easily when you use that, but of course, because this is so soft and squishy and relatively low on the scale of things, relatively a small cup, this is the size 3 by the way, so I use that. So yeah, but it was very soft and squishy and kind of kept coming out, kind of falling open before I could get it really where I needed to get it, which is generally above my pubic bone. But once it was in and open, it was supremely comfortable. I couldn't feel it at all when, which is actually kind of really great for my first rubber cup, and that's really why I got this cup, because it was a rubber cup to begin with, and I haven't tried a rubber cup before. I think the other major distributor of the rubber cup is Keep Cup, which is an American company. So it held up for the first day perfectly well. It was sterilized before use and will be sterilized again actually today. It's on the pot's on the stove boiling for July's cycle, and it will be cleaned by, it was cleaned by Joe's adult toy cleaner, which is unscented and body safe. So that's generally my cleaner that I use in between cycles. Other than that, this was a great first experience. For those of you who have watched my cup reviews before, you know that I'll use them on 3 different periods, because generally what will happen is your period is different each time, when your days and how you feel and how this is all, you know, working out. So I tried over 3 different periods just to give 3 different contexts to this situation. This will next review, I will be in a new place and I'm actually moving the week of my period, so fun. So this will be a review in a different spot in a different place for July and August, but we'll catch up in that review. Other than that, I'll see you in the July update. Hello everybody and welcome back. This is actually the July review update for the Loop Cup, and I wore this on the first day, but I have actually, it's not really focusing very well, is it? I was sick well, not really sick, but I had a super nasty cough, and because of that, it made, literally, it was just a nasty, rough cough. So wearing a cup while coughing is probably the least ideal situation you can have, and this, well, as in wearing a menstrual cup, not the least ideal situation in life in general, but this cup is so extremely soft that it felt like it was moving, and I had to go adjust it several times throughout the day. And while the cough was not the loop cup's fault, by the consequences of it definitely were felt. I wore my Yuki cup on the second day, and because it was more of a rigid cup, with the coughing, the coughing didn't affect it as much as it did this one. So it was actually kind of really frustrating and annoying that this one just did not hold up to the, you know, pelvic floor muscle strain of coughing. But this is actually why I do the review over 3 periods, to get different experiences depending on my situation. I also moved this period, which you would have seen in the what I wore this month for July, or the first what I wore this month for July, and it was super exhausting, and having to move, and then I was still working. I'm still working full-time in the middle of that, which happens to a lot of people, but of course that just influences the fact that you've got your period, you're moving, you're packing, and had this really bad cough. We were also in lockdown just before I moved. We have to wear face masks everywhere, which means I was coughing with the face mask, and in this kind of time it was getting a little bit frustrating. So yeah, the cup didn't hold up so well with intense coughing, but yeah, that's the July update. I'll see you next part of this review. Hello everybody, welcome to the third and final update for the Heava Loop cup. This is a rubber cup. It is super soft, and I have been testing this one out. I will link the unboxing that I did of it, and up probably on your screen at some point during this video, but I tested it out for both July periods, the first July and the second July period, which is I've just finished. The video before this one should be the what I wore this month for July 28th, and I also wore it for my May period, June period. Anyway, so either way, I wasn't sick this time. I wasn't coughing. I had trouble with this cup the last time because of essentially me coughing, and it was just so soft it wasn't holding on. This time again just didn't have that problem. This is a super delightful cup to wear. It is super soft. There's no there's just no itching. There's no problems that I have when I, didn't have coughing. It didn't hold up to when I was sick, and when I was coughing, it did not hold up at all. But it is, because I wasn't ill this time when I did it, it was just super comfortable, and I wore this again at work. I usually wear cups at work. If I'm home, I will usually wear period underwear or pads, depending on what I feel like. So again, kind of, not as risque, being that this is the third time that I have worn this, and each time has actually been at work. But it's very soft and squishy, making it really lovely and comfortable once you're wearing it. It can be a little bit persnickety to get in, just because it just when you're trying to push it in, it just pops out so easy. when you're trying to put it in. I usually use the punch down fold, for those of you who don't know, but and it can be a bit persnickety when you're using all those folds. I have actually used the 7 fold before as well, which is this one, but either way can be a bit but once it's in and open, no leaking, no problems, didn't feel it, didn't push on my bladder, didn't give me any of those types of problems which you can have with other cups, or that I have actually had with other cups. Don't know why my autofocus isn't focusing, but I'm sure, there we go. So I couldn't feel it at all, which is just so great. You know, I would definitely buy a rubber cup again in future. I'll probably hang on to this cup just like I've done with my Yuki cup. I'll most likely hang on to them, as in use them, because these are the ones I use the most. I had very positive reviews of the Moxie and the Tom cup, but I did end up passing them on. So just because they weren't ever going to be in my top kind of 3 list, whereas the Yuki cup and this cup's kind of coming quite strong into my you know, top list. So it's now kind of in my top 5. So lovely cup to wear, lovely cup to use, lovely cup going in and out. Other than that, any questions, ask them down below. Hopefully I've covered off the experiences that I've had with them, had with the Heava cup. Links will be down below. Other than that, thank you for watching. Enjoy your morning, afternoon or evening, depending on where you are in the day, of course, and I'll catch up with you all in the next video. Bye everyone.